Hey everybody, Joe here.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And this is Candid at the Movies. This time we're going to talk about the movie Twisters. We just got out of the theater from seeing it. So, Dee, who's the star?
It stars Glen Powell, Kierman Shipra, and Anthony Ramos.
What about me? What about Raven?
Yes, so this is a sequel to the very age-old film Twister in the 90s. But it's a classic film, so it's a sequel to that. So Dee is our resident meteorologist nerd. Whether
This is my movie, y'all.
whether the weather is cold, whether the weather is hot, we'll be together no matter the weather, whether you like it or not. So Dee, tell us Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I really wanted to be a meteorologist when I was younger, but there's a lot of math that's involved, and math is not my strong suit. So I became a weather enthusiast instead. So I'm the person that I'm the one that watches when weather strikes. I'm watching the Weather Center. I'm watching storm stories. Like, that's me.
Yeah.
So this movie is, again, it's a sequel to the 90s film. And in this one, they're actually trying to break apart the storm. So in the original, they're trying to increase the time in order to save more people. In this one, they're actually trying to make the storm disappear so that it doesn't do as much damage to surrounding towns.
Spoiler alert, it doesn't work the first time. I mean, if it worked the first time, we wouldn't have it.
Yeah, it would have been a 90-second movie.
Yeah.
It does not work the first time. There were a lot of nods to the original, which I really appreciated. So one of the nods was some of the scenes that they used. So I think it was their second or third Twister that they were in. They had to jump into an empty pool and basically hunker down on copper pipes, and that was a nod to the 90s movie. Their final Twister, they had to hunker down on copper pipes in order to survive that Twister.
Right. Spoiler alert if you didn't see a Twister from 1990, whatever.
I mean, what are you doing with your life? But overall, I really enjoyed it. I really nerded out because they took the time to actually explain the science of what happens with tornadoes, with twisters, the categories, why it's so widespread. And I was telling him in the car when we were talking about the intricacies of cinema about how the different scales or whatnot, make the for the destruction or whatnot. But what they're really trying to do in terms of the science is figure out really what's causing them, because they can figure it out to a certain point, but then that unknown essence is what's causing the wide scale spread of the damage. And so they talk about, I really appreciated this aspect of them talking about, this is a once in a lifetime storm, or this is a 100-year storm or whatnot. That's not true anymore. We can't say that because these storms are starting to happen more and more often.
Yeah, all the time. And so just a little bit of real life aspect. There was a storm that hit Greensboro maybe 2018, 2017 or 2018.
Yeah. It was an EF2 or 3, I believe.
Yeah, and I remember being outside playing Pokemon. Shout out to my Pokemon people. I was downtown Greensboro, driving around, and I was getting ready to leave, and things just got all of a sudden super calm.
It was a calm for the storm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got in the car, and I felt my car being pulled. So there's a subplot to the Twisters movie where you end up getting hit by a twister, and then you have a rich person who comes in to gentrify the area.
Yes, and so this going along with our example of the city that we live in, the area that was hit was really hard hit because it was a low income area, and this is 2024. That area now has been considered by the city, unlivable. So
it's uninsurable.
As uninsurable. So if you build there's no insurance that's going to go into that area at all. So they're essentially waiting for the wealthy people to come and buy up that land so that they can build, and then insurance will come back.
Yep.
That's gentrification.
Yep, that's pretty much what is a subplot in this movie. But what I did not like about this subplot is that it came and went just as quickly as it.
Yeah,
as we
he kind of showed up and then bounced.
Yeah. I mean, Colonel Sanders was in and out.
Why are you calling Colonel Sanders?
So he kind of reminded me a bit of KFC. All the herbs and spices, but that part was really weird because it was just like I had a change of heart and now we're gonna move, and I'm just like, what?
That's
what
not how
happened?
that works. The investors is coming back for their money.
Exactly. Exactly. That's not how that works at all. So of course we had, you know, a lot more black people. I enjoyed that.
Yes.
From changing from the originals. We had black and brown people, a bit more representation from women and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But also there was a bit of a girl power scene at the end.
Oh, girl.
Tingling toes.
Back to some things that I did like. The music.
Yes, that was a really good nod. There was some the thing for me, it would have made it a little bit better if they would have put towards the end a little bit of some of the soundtrack from the original movie, but overall the soundtrack itself was really good, very enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the actors did a good job of what they were given.
Mm-hmm. And the theater was full.
Yeah, it was.
The theater was really full, so this
it was
good.
good to see.
Mm-hmm.
It was good to see. So, Dee, well, how would you give this a score? How would you score this?
I'd give it an A. I'd give it an A. Of course, you know, I am a little bit biased because I am a weather nerd, but this was actually a really good movie. I enjoyed it.
I would give it a C+.
I mean...
Too many hanging participles, if you will, for me. Of course, it's not going to be, you know, very realistic. This is the movies we're talking about, but they left some things hanging and some things just didn't make a lot of sense to me. You know, that's the reason why. You know what I mean? Also, that big old AI tornado that was extremely noticeable.
They matched for the original. They had an AI tornado like as their final tornado. I was telling him in the car, the 90s film Tornado, the final tornado, was more believable than this one. And I don't know if it's because we're more trained to look for AI and notice the subtle differences or whatnot. But this tornado and this one,
it's
was
not
very
that
AI.
it's not that I didn't enjoy it. It was just a mid movie to me.
I nerded out.
I know. I'm not trying to yuck your yum or anything. But we love you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
This has been Candid at the Movies. Please click that like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell.
Ding.
Y'all take care and have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Peace.